Out of the doom and gloom that the stock market crash has caused this year, there is an opportunity for the savvy investors out there to make some real life-changing choices. How's it going, guys? Ryan here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the potentially life-changing opportunity that a stock market crash actually presents the savvy investors out there today. But before we get into that, please remember to like my video, it helps me out so much, and subscribe to the channel, keep up to date with all the latest content. And with that, let's get straight into it. As I said before, there are some real life-changing opportunities out there for savvy investors, and that is not to say go out there right now and buy stocks like crazy. That could be silly. For all we know, the stock market could continue to drop in value even though we have seen a bit of a rally over the past few days. But what it does allow you to do is prepare for some amazing opportunities that are out there right now. As you can see, some really good stocks have already dropped significantly in value and have gone from probably being overvalued down to a relatively reasonable price, but then just kept dropping even further. And as a result, these are potentially very good buys going into the near future. There are three key activities that you should be doing right now in order to best prepare yourself for any potential opportunities that present themselves to you in the coming weeks, months, or even potentially years. I wouldn't go that far, but it's always possible. And the first of which is to save your money. Now, this is something I don't generally say a lot. I tend to say invest as much as possible, but in times like these when the market is just dropping and at such large percentages, now's probably not the time to be buying. Yes, we've rallied over the past couple of days, but now's probably still not the time to be buying. You want to wait for a bit of confidence to come back into the market. You want the volatility to calm down a bit before you start buying. But what saving your money will actually allow you to do is capitalize on those opportunities when they do arise. And when you have confirmation that the stock market is going to be back on the rise again, saving your money up and having the capital ready to fire that button off to make sure you can capitalize on those cheap shares is absolutely critical, because at the end of the day, if you don't have the money there available to invest, then you're not able to take advantage of potentially amazing opportunities. The second thing you want to be doing is researching stocks. So while you sit and wait, while you accumulate and save your money so that you're ready to invest, what you want to be doing is researching stocks so you know exactly what you're going to be investing in and what the current opportunities are in the market at the moment. Generally, the main thing to consider is the fundamentals haven't changed for a lot of these companies. Yes, they may have had to pull back a few resources due to the economic crash and due to the COVID-19 scenario, but the fundamentals of the businesses have not changed. So if a business is set up for success, they've got a clear plan for growth, they've got a clear income stream or a potential income stream for the smaller companies or explorers, then these are the sort of companies that you want to be looking at. You want to be identifying those companies which are significantly undervalued at the moment, and if they continue to drop, then great. Wait for your moment to buy. Don't get in right now. Just keep researching those stocks. Two key things that you can do are look for companies that can generally ride out these economic hardships at the moment. They'll be the big stable companies. You'll see a lot of the oil and gas giants and mining companies have dropped significantly in value, but generally these are the sort of companies that will be able to continue to pick up production and are often, in more cases than not, still producing and still growing at this current point in time, even with regards to the current situation going on in the world. The second thing you want to be doing is looking for stocks which tend to typically perform well in general. So those larger companies, one of the best ones that has been going around in recent times is Tesla. They have an absolutely immaculate performance history when it comes to their share price until the current drop that has occurred, and you've seen quite a sharp plummet in value. But typically this has been a company which has a clear growth strategy, they're innovative, they've got lots going for them in the future, and they're making good amounts of money, consistently growing. And that's what you want to be identifying. You want to be identifying those companies which are going to be giant in the future. And particularly if you're looking at explorers, you want to see that they've got those building blocks set up when they're investing, when they're doing their R&D, when they're trying to set up their projects. You want to see that they've got the building blocks there for growth, their strategic plans. You want to see that they've got the cash, they understand exactly what they do to get the cash if they need it, and a clear plan for growth itself. And the third thing you want to do is watch and wait. I've touched on this a few times before. We don't know when the bottom of this drop is going to be, and it's not worth predicting. It's not worth pulling the trigger if you think the bottom's hit. No, you want to really wait for confirmation. You want to understand, yes, this is the bottom. You want to see consistent increases in growth, but you don't want to see that volatility. You don't want to see, for instance, today the stock market, or the Dow Jones in particular, jumped up over 10%, which is absolutely giant. That is way too volatile still and considered a rebound. Likely what you're going to see is a pullback of similar sort of proportions. So you want to wait for it to calm down. You want to wait for the typical sort of size of growth to come back into play. And while you're doing that, you're watching, you're waiting, you're accumulating your money, you're researching stocks, you're picking exactly what you do, and fundamentally what you're doing is putting a strategy in place going forward to generate you the best success in your investing career. And it's times like these which are absolutely critical and can genuinely make an investor's portfolio amazing, because you've got such cheap stocks there on the stock market at the moment, and potentially likely to be cheaper in the coming few weeks. And what you can do is effectively accumulate a bunch of different shares in different sectors which are going to perform absolutely incredibly in the future and go up tenfold in value. And that's genuinely what is going to make the portfolio of an investor in these days extremely powerful. That wraps it up for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd really like to hear from you, so if you leave any comments or questions down below, let us know your thoughts. Let us know exactly what you think is going to happen, what your strategy is at this current point in time. And remember, if you liked the video, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Helps me out so much, and keep subscribed for more content. And with that, guys, hope you have an awesome day. See you next time.